Making his debut on The Now Show is the writer, comedian and creator of the hugely popular live comedy concept show Sunday Service with Ola. It's Ola.
Right, so this week marked 50 years since the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And as we remember all the work he did to finally end racism. Glad he sorted that out. Of course he didn't end racism. If he did, what would black comedians talk about, eh? Hey, all right, so saying MLK ended racism is like coughing to mask the sound of your fart and being surprised people can still smell it. So at the huge MLK 50 march, there were a bunch of loud teenagers representing Black Lives Matter. In 2015, Mike Huckabee told the Black Lives Matter movement to be more like MLK. So what is MLK's legacy today? What does it mean? Even growing up black in this country, it seemed like white teachers loved telling you to be like MLK. And I know some of you right now are thinking, well, that's America, it's not as bad over here, it's Britain, what's that got to do with me? And I'll get to that, but first I want to read an excerpt from MLK's letter from a Birmingham jail. Now, I'm going to assume it's Birmingham, Alabama, and he wasn't shipped over to the West Midlands. I don't think they were that cruel. This is exactly what it says in the letter. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling... Sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there, Martin. We use more progressive language now. The urban inner city Afro-Caribbean person of color's great stumbling block in his stride towards freedom is not the white citizen's counselor or the Ku Klux Klaner, but the white moderate, who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, I agree with you in the goal you seek, but I cannot agree with your methods of direct action, who paternalistically believes he can set the timetable for another man's freedom. Sent from my iPhone. I'm sure it says that right there. Never gonna have an end to racism or even honor MLK's legacy without disrupting the status quo. You know, everything people don't like about black people bringing up race today or Black Lives Matter is the same things they didn't like about MLK in his time. We've done a great job of policing people's language and changing some very overtly racist laws. But we haven't done a great job at tearing down some of the deeply entrenched systems that still intricately favor white people. Now, MLK is not the punching bag that everybody wants him to be. He spoke up and spoke out against these very same white privileged structures, and he was killed for it. So in the year 3000, when black history is still being confined to October, but we've progressed to acknowledge black contributions over here, I want those spacesuit-wearing teachers to speak about Ola's contribution to British society. But please don't tell them that the joke was about adoption. Tell them what the joke was really about. It was about a black British guy who really actually wanted to be like MLK. It was about a black British guy who wanted us to stop coughing over our farts.
Remember me. Remember me. All right, ladies and gentlemen.